Reality is boring. You and your fantasies belong on AvaTalk. If you want what you imagine, today's the day to have a talk. To have a talk on AvaTalk.
Hello everyone, welcome to AvaTalk. This is Fons and we're back again with another episode. Today, we are joined with a very special guest. A well-known community builder and active figure in Decentraland, as part of DCL Italia and a familiar face at countless events, has been instrumental in connecting people, sparking collaborations, and making the metaverse a more vibrant place to be. He's not just here for the technology, he's here for the people, the shared experiences, and the friendships that make the Central Land feel like home. Hello, MetaWolf. How are you
Hello,
doing?
guys. Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you
And
so much for joining.
thank you for introduction. Yes, I love the central and social side, and I feel like being part of it.
How did you first discover the Central Land? And what inspired you to get involved beyond just being a visitor of the Central Land?
I discovered the Central in around 2022 while I was exploring what a metaverse was, like surfing in the internet. At first, I was curious. It was the first time that I touched like cryptos, blockchain technology. At first, I was just like visitors in the metaverse, just walking around, discovered attending events. And then I wanted like a little space for me where I can build and started to collaborate with a friend, Crypto Minotaur. He was giving me like a little space in his land where I can put my assets. And then like after 1 year, I rented an estate and I started to build something using Blender. And then I started to buy
Ah, I
land.
see. Oh, that's very interesting. So basically, for those who doesn't know what Blender is, to confirm, Blender is a software that you use to make the buildings, right?
It's a 3D software. I was kind of forced to learn it for building the Central. But if you're not familiar with 3D models, you can also use the Creator Hub of the Central. We have a lot of free assets like tables, chairs, walls, and TVs, everything. And now, in these days, it's very easy to build in the Central thanks to the foundation and the creator hub.
Sure, it's also thanks to you that the Central Land has become much more easier and much more attainable for us that are not really familiar with 3D building and everything. For us to do what you do as well in a more simpler pattern. But going back to what you said, what kinds of events do you enjoy attending the most in the Central Land? And why do they stand out to you? Because you've said that you've already attended events before and have been a visitor of them. So, what stands out the most?
I feel like the Centerland is a social space, so I love the social events, for example, where a DJ hosts a live streaming, promoting himself, or maybe collaboration between DJs and maybe companies or NFT projects. But one of my favorite events in the past was like corporation events, for example, Doritos. Is like Metaverse Fashion Week and
Oh,
Metaverse Music Festival. They are kinda different because By one side, you have like dress stylist. I don't know how to say it.
They
Draw
style you basically.
exactly, yes.
Oh
And
wow.
you
Okay.
have
So
like companies that produce dresses and they join the metaverse, or they are like a small business or individual creators, and
yeah.
they let you maybe get a wearable for free if you want, if you go to their stand, or they also it's another way to engage with the community.
Mhm.
The other side
So
there is
going back to how you keep on emphasizing community, the social aspect of it, friends, the social factor that you've experienced from having events or attending events like these. Have you built real friendships in the Decentraland that carry over into real life? Can you please share a memorable story if you have?
kinda memorable. I mean, I live in Italy. There is not many Italian people that are in the Central right now. So I know a few. I have met in real Multiversal is an Italian entrepreneur, and we meet after my job. I was like working that evening. I finished like 1 a.m. and he come to visit me. We went out to drink a beer and take a pizza. We started to talk about the metaverse, the Decentraland, the opportunities by business side, but also the social side. And we end up like at 4 a.m. still talking about the metaverse. It was very nice
Damn.
meeting.
That's good. That's really interesting to hear that from the virtual world. You get to connect with people that have the same interests and are also of the same thinking that, as you said, in terms of business, you're mixing the business side and also the social side of what you love to do. And also, you've also mentioned the Fashion Week and the music festival and the wearables, to be specific. Do you have any wearables that you're really proud of that you've received or acquired, purchased?
I'm very happy to have, I have to check the name.
What does it look like?
I like a food box at the Mental Health Action Day 2 box.
Oh.
That's the name of the wearable. And basically, it was in 2023. It was a 20-hour live streaming hosted by True Bandroom, and it was a collaboration with Dr. Drip, that is a wearable creator.
Mm.
And it was
Mm.
for sensibilization about mental health, and it was very cool.
Yeah.
Basically, it was like 24 different DJs among the globe with different time zones. And yes,
Mhm.
they were giving you that launch box like a memory
It's like a gift.
forever. Mhm.
Yeah. I'm sure you had a lot of fun while joining their live stream or their stream, the DJs, right?
It was in the Central, so you was able to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the event while talking with
Yeah.
other people around you. I was on to have this memory, not for the wearable, not for giving, receiving something, but for
Mhm.
the memory altogether.
Exactly. Just the memory itself and how and what it signifies. What the wearable signifies is what's really great about it. We'll talk more about a lot of different interesting things that MetaWolf has experienced in his life, but we will take a short break after this video.
At MetaRivers, we're not just building a virtual world, we're celebrating the real, the authentic, the talented souls who show up with passion, creativity, and honesty. People like you. Artists, storytellers, dreamers, explorers, connecting beyond the screen and bringing life to the metaverse. If that's you, join us on AvaTalk, our podcast where we share stories from the people behind the avatars. Whether you're creating, performing, or simply vibing in the virtual world, your voice matters. Want to be featured? Find us on Discord, social media, or visit our website. Links are in the description. MetaRivers, real connections, virtual space, infinite possibilities.
And we're back still with Sir MetaWolf and still with Fonz. We're gonna talk more about what else is in store for the experiences that MetaWolf has to offer for us. Can you tell us about a favorite project or event you've worked on with other creators in Decentraland?
That I collaborated directly. Basically, I host weekly event. Like we built a neighborhood project that is called MetaTribePlaza. Is a community project where we collaborate all together to have fun. Basically, we build maybe some assets together and we merge it in a building and we party in that building every week. We change every week. We have a different building. For example, one time at month we have the book club organized by Master Wines, is a foundation member. And basically, you have a book that you have to read every month. And in the last Sunday of the month, they meet in the community building, the central Discord to talk about it. Beside that, we have also, as I said, a different building each week. So maybe we are in the summer, we build a Flamingo Plaza. Is like social space where you can dance with friends, with palms, with beach volley camp. You can. It's different to explain since we change a lot of building every week. We had like in the Independence Day with a giant Liberty statue. We change every week, but one
Yeah,
building that
basically.
stay always the same is the Meta One designed headquarter. Is another creator. We party there maybe once that month, and is a space where we host also beyond the NFT with Sinfo. Is another creator, another community builder that host interview in the NFT projects and space. So yes, basically I love to
So,
building with friends and we love to build
if you had
together.
to pick one, I know it's hard and it's a very hard question, but if you had to pick one specific project that you've done, do you know what is the most meaningful or the most fun that you've had in the projects? Or
That I
you
built or
and
collaborated with.
do you have any that in specific or it's okay if you don't?
It's hard
I know
to
it's a
choose.
lot.
I feel like the book club that is a social space I built completely by myself on Blender is
Wow.
useful. It give a social space that is used. So the project is from Master Wines, the idea of the book club concept, but I built it in Blender and I feel like that's a cool space.
It's really interesting how the thought into building your assets are like hearing it from you how it must still be meaningful. It should not just be beautiful, aesthetically beautiful. It should not just be like that. It should also be meaningful. That's what I'm hearing from you. That's how you build. You need to build with passion. And that's really interesting. I like that so much. That, as you've said, you've built the MetaTri Plaza. And with that, you've partied on it, celebrated friends with it or hung out with friends in that building. So it's really interesting that every building that you make has their own story, if that makes sense.
Yes, maybe some my building aren't the best, but I love spending time in it.
For sure, especially with your friends. So going to those experiences that you've had, what's one unforgettable moment you've had? Either attending or organizing or maybe building something in Decentraland.
I feel like every time I party with friends is like a cool memory that I can't say which one is my favorite because maybe the building change, maybe the DJ change, but spending time with digital friends or I feel like I am building real friendships in the metaverse.
I'm really glad that you had so much fun in that, and I wished that I could have been able to join that event and hung out with you guys. But Yeah, like hearing you share your stories with your friends more so than the buildings themselves is what makes you basically like you inspire a lot of people to be like you because of how you do your events or your buildings or whatsoever, because you prioritize the story rather than, of course, you do good and beautiful builds and everything, but aside from that you also prioritize the functionality of it with hanging out with people. Social life. Because from what I hear with how you share your stories with your friends, you love your social life and you love your friends. And with that in mind, that is all the time we have for today with MetaWolf. Thank you so much, MetaWolf, for sharing your experiences and your life with us. It truly means a lot. Do you have anything to say for the people that are important to you, such as your friends?
I feel like something that I want to say is that the Decentraland kinda changed for me. For example, in the early moments, it was hard to building since you can only build if you have land. But now you can build your digital space with if you have a name. But the community itself is more collaborative. So if you need a space to build, if you want to test to build in the Decentraland, you can reach me or other members of the community, and maybe we can give you space to test. And don't be shy to ask if you need help to building something or if you have an idea you want to collaborate. We are very open to collaborations. I feel like that is for
Exactly.
everyone, but by my side, I am completely open to collaborations and everything.
So thank you so much again, MetaWolf, for attending this podcast and for guesting and for sharing your experiences with us. Do you have anything to promote, your social media or any upcoming events that you may have?
We host events every week in the depends by your time zone, but in UTC it is 2 a.m. UTC at Sunday. It is a MetaTribePlaza event that is a community space that we are building. I can give you coordinates since we change every week, but you can see them in the Decentraland events page. Maybe I will give you later if you don't have it. And if you have to promote someone, I promote all my friends that build in the Decentraland. They are a lot, especially one friend that is building cool experiences in the metaverse. He is a DJ that is mixing virtual reality, artificial intelligence to make the visuals, and is very cool. Maybe Sinful and Canessa that are building community in the Decentraland that is like a social space. I continue to say social because the social is the core foundation of.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yes, it's like a social space where people meet every Saturday and talk about the center and the metaverse is coming on, and they keep building day after day in the metaverse of the Decentraland.
Be sure to check out all of MetaWolf's social medias and, of course, their MetaTribePlaza on the Decentraland platform. And we'd love to have you back again as our guest, MetaWolf. Thank you so much for your time. And we'd love to hear from all of you all the love and all of the comments showing your support to MetaWolf. Thank you so much. This has been Fons, and this is AvaTalk.
Thank you.